197 classes, 22 virtual sessions, 4 days of code, and hours of fun. This was Gender Equity Through Coding Week in celebration of code and in honor of Scratch Week 2022.
Program, it makes a lot of things very easy, and programming can be used in any class, any subject. Whether you want to learn your multiplication tables or the circumference of a circle, it's very easy to implement programming in that. But what I think the main reason why I recommend doing learning coding at a young age is it really enhances creativity, which is something our world kind of lacks.
Just if you find that something isn't making you happy or that you don't think something is fair, the best thing you can do is find someone who's in a higher position to explain, this is what is going on and I don't feel like it is fair to me or fair to other students, and you just express that, and a lot of things can change from that. I think it's important to have a basic grasp of these concepts because everyone should know how the things they use online work. Having background knowledge on these subjects is just a very powerful thing, and as they say, knowledge is power. So when we go and pursue coding and other things where we can use our creativity to make things that have never been made before, it's honestly just something that is super great, and also it just possibly could inspire young students to pursue coding or other tech-driven jobs in the future, and especially those women of color or queer people out there that are interested in these things but maybe they haven't pursued it yet because they were kind of weary about it. I think it's just a really important thing to learn.
Thank you.
Personally, I think when students have teachers that show as much interest in STEM as they do, it inspires them to try new things and learn new skills. For example, when I was in 6th grade, I had an English teacher that pushed us to improve our digital skills and use tech to learn as much as he could. Without that teacher, I wouldn't have the interest in tech and expressing myself through digital media that I have now. And I believe that all students with an interest in STEM deserve the same experience that I had.
Great point. And Kushi, what about you and your journey? If you could give a message to educators and how they can help support you, what would that look like?
Yeah, so I think the biggest and main thing that educators can do is, in order to empower more students to be involved in STEM, I think it's important for educators to highlight women and people of color in the STEM field. You know, females like Katherine Johnson or people like we never even talk about, but everyone knows who Neil Armstrong is, right? Like the first man to land on the moon. And he wouldn't be there without Katherine Johnson, or even like Heidi Keisler, who invented Wi-Fi, you know, the thing that we're using on this very same live stream. Like, I'm sure none of you have ever heard of. I know I didn't know until quite recently. So I think just being more aware of these strong, powerful women who did a lot of important things just empowers more females and people of color to do the same. And I think, you know, perhaps even bringing in women in tech to talk to your students and these small